The world is on fire. You're watching Queen of the Flying Bumblebees. I'm Kat, and welcome to The Hive. Hello everyone, and welcome back. This is the second video of my Powersheets goal setting series for 2021. And today we are going to be continuing looking at my goal setting. And we're going to jump right in, starting with my word of the year. And the word of the year that I chose is focus. Almost all my goals and all of the central ones deal with focusing on people, on things, on myself, on the present, on being intentional with what I do. So, focus. I want to be focused on my goals and on the things around me. So with focus in mind, let's go check out what the goals were that I set for myself. All right, so my 8 goals. 7 of them are main goals that I will be dedicating my time to, and the 8th is a sort of optional, if I have the time and energy, it'll be nice to get done thing. So starting at the top, we have my family goal. I have engaged more with family, reinforce those connections with my parents, with my sister, and make sure that I reach out to my extended family. Goal number 2, we have finance, become more financially sufficient. So with COVID coming around, obviously my job in the airline industry is gone. Basically my airport's been shut down since practically the beginning. I don't have a job and I definitely need to find a way to make more money. So that's going to be a very major goal for this year. Goal number 3, my home. Make the house a home I'm happy in and proud of. So we moved in last year to this house and I was pregnant, then we had a newborn, and it's sort of a mishmash of furniture from our previous 2 places and things that our in-laws and my parents have given me. It's a bit of a mess. Like, it's clean enough, but it's not what I want. So this is going to be one of those long-term goals that clearly isn't going to be done by the end of the year, but we're going to try. Goal number 4, productivity. Be more mindful with my time. So this is very much a personal development goal. So I'm looking to make sure that I'm much more intentional with my time, with what I do, that I can focus on productivity in specifically allotted times. We'll see how that goes. Goal number 5, me. This is the other side of the coin of productivity. So if productivity is focusing on my output in terms of things that I put out into the world, the me is making sure that I don't have burnout and giving myself dedicated time to relax and do things that I like to do and make sure that I actually participate in the leisure activities that I enjoy without feeling guilty, because that's been an issue. I don't schedule a specific time. I end up doing stuff when I should be doing something else. I feel guilty. Productivity out the window. Anxiety through the roof. Not a good combination. So goal number 6. This one ties in with family. It's friends. Same thing, engage with friends and reach out more. I've had a bit of a difficult year with friends simply because COVID, we can't see each other. And with everything that's been going on, my friends have had their own stuff. So the goal is to make sure that I remember all of my friends, make sure that I at least wish them happy birthday and happy holidays, and hopefully I'm able to reach out a bit more and strengthen those ties, because that really does tie in with what I was talking about during my goal prep work. I want to have that community of friends around me by the time that I'm 80. Goal number 7 is to do with my daughter. So put more time and thought into her development. It's what I called a specific goal. Basically, I want to make sure that I'm being more intentional with how I'm raising her. Right now, we've generally been floating-ish by, but she's a bit over a year now, and it's really time to sort of come up with a framework for how we're going to raise her. I'm very much looking into the Montessori method, that's me. We'll see how it goes. And my optional goal, the last one, is prep. Put time into prepping overall. You can see why it's an optional goal. With COVID happening and everything that's happening in the world, it's not a bad idea to be prepared. And I'm not talking like doomsday prepper zombie scenario. I'm talking basic urban preparedness. So making sure that we have emergency funds, making sure we have a basic stock of long-term food so that like if we can't go to the grocery store, like happened this year, that we aren't going to starve and we're not going to have issues. Make sure that we have like all of our information in case there's a fire or a flood. It's not a very likely thing to happen. I live in southern Ontario, in a major city. We don't really have natural disasters, but it's always good just in case. You never know what's going to happen. With all those goals in mind, let's start going through and seeing what are the action steps that I'm going to be planning on doing. Forward. Woohoo! It really is a beautiful planner. So my action plan for goal number 1, my family. Basically, the resources that I'll need are time and emotional capacity, and the goal lines with my big picture, my yes/no list, and my word of the year. And the roadmap that I've gone through starts me here generally on receiving end of all interactions, and should end in me proactively involved in the lives of family members. That is the goal. So we'll see. What I'm going to be doing to get there is scheduling time to engage with family, start to reach out to extended family. I have distant cousins who live in places that I was friends with, but we've fallen out just because life happens, and I want to reach out and sort of get those bonds working again. So, and how we're going to go through that, make records of birthdays and important holidays, at least do that, what I'm thinking of as the bare minimum, to make sure that people know that I'm thinking about them. Get people's addresses, make a tracker to ensure I cover all of my family, and remember to reach out. That's going to be the big one, to actually reach out and talk to people, see how their lives are going, even if it is only once a month for my extended family, or even once a week for my immediate family. Just make sure that I'm putting in the little bit of effort on a consistent basis, and hopefully that'll then become a habit where after a year or 2 or 3, I'm not even thinking about it. It's just a thing that I do. The mini goals for the first quarter of the year are going to be to schedule time to work on family relationships. And it's going to be all that prep work sort of that you can think about it. It's look when I have free time to actually communicate with my family, make those lists of people that I care about, make lists of their birthdays and their addresses and everything, and start the reaching out process. So I've sort of started on this, and I'll update you as I go along and show how I've done that for anyone who's interested. Now we're going to goal number 2, finances. This is really going to be sort of the big, major, like, concentrated goal that I'm working on. So right now, we're starting with no income besides my maternity pay, which is going to be ending in April. And the end goal is sustainable income. I even labeled it as my priority. If my job comes back, hopefully I'll be able to have some supplementary income. If not, then this is going to have to be the primary way that I help the family finances. So the resources that I'm going to need are almost everything: time, money, physical space, expertise or advice, help from others, and the goal aligns with my big picture, making sure that I have the resources that I need to live the life that I want. So the roadmap for this goal, we're going to go with identifying where I can earn income while being a stay-at-home mom, because that's what we're projecting for the near future at least. Then have an action plan. Are there multiple avenues of income? The YouTube, Etsy's, blogs, translation. Start on the plan, see reactions, tweak it through, get help from friends and family. And hopefully by the end of the process, I will have a sustainable income. So right now I've already started, clearly, start a YouTube channel. I will be starting a blog to supplement the YouTube videos that I'm making, and Also may have things that are a little different, bit more lifestyle stuff. We'll see. I still haven't decided. So if anyone's following along, feel free to check out the blog whenever it goes live. So we're going to create content, plan out the first month. Most of this really is done. I'm still playing around with things. You see, my intros and my outros are going to be changing for a while, so that's going to be fun. Look forward to those. And the big one is going to be set up schedule to keep myself accountable. Goal number 3 is my home. The resources really needed are time because I have most things. This may require money, but right now it's a lot more of a just deciding things that I want. The goal does align with my big picture, have a home I'm proud of. The roadmap is we're now at the stop of house is a mess, and the end goal is house that makes me happy whenever I look at it. The way that I'm deciding to do it, identify what bothers me, because there are definitely things that do bother me. Research interior design and really dig down into what I like. Plan out an overall aesthetic so that it ties in, because right now things are sort of like mishmashed between rooms. Get rid of things that don't fit. Decorate the house because I do like a nice looking house and not bare walls. The last item here, which really is an ongoing item, is fix small item clutter. This is to do with the fact that we moved in when I was pregnant and then had a newborn. There's just stuff that's been shoved places and it's not ideally located. So that's going to be sort of the easiest thing to start fixing. The mini goal for this quarter is to figure out the aesthetic and to implement it. And I have started this and I will be sharing it. What it is creating a Pinterest board and creating a vision board there that will hopefully sort of inform the aesthetic that I want. At goal number 4, productivity. So side 1 of that productivity and focusing coin. The resources I need are time and emotional capacity, because I really need to be able to sort of channel that focus into doing stuff. So this goal aligns with my yes-no list, being more productive, saying no to distractions, saying yes to things that improve my productivity, and my word of the year. What's our roadmap? Right now, I'm constantly, where I constantly go to my phone the moment I have an empty second and then waste time doing nothing. And hopefully, the end station right now is able to enjoy silence and phone-free time and only go on sites during scheduled time, being both more productive and enjoying my relaxation without guilt. We're going to be working on this, and it's sort of a big overall plan, and it is going to be hard to do. I know, like, the steps aren't difficult. It's assign me time, stick to it, create content playlists to replace Reddit and replace watching YouTube, listen to more music, start introducing more silent time, like don't go to the bathroom with my phone all the time and then waste half an hour because I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. Don't start cooking with my phone and then forget what I'm supposed to be cooking. That sort of happened. And start limiting my phone and media time and start learning to enjoy more silence, just silence in general. I'm going to start with music to sort of wean myself off the content stuff. And hopefully by the end of it, I'll be able to do some things without any kind of like visual or audible distractions. But we'll see, as this is going to be difficult. The emotional capacity really is big that I need on this, because I have a lot of trouble with silence. For years and years and years, I've basically had a playlist running in the background, and it's just gotten worse with the years. So the mini goal right now is to create playlists for working during the day and to stick to them. So I have different playlists, both of like podcasts and some music, and the important thing is going to be to stick to the playlists, to not open up YouTube or Reddit. Hopefully I'll be able to stick to it. There will be, I think, a tracker that I'm gonna implement, but we'll see. Goal number 5, me. the reverse of the productivity coin. I'm going to need time, and the goal aligns with my big picture, so doing the stuff that I like doing. My yes-no list, the whole no distractions, yes to dedicated time, and my word of the year, focus. So it's I want to be able to focus just as much on productivity and also on me, so that I'm not distracted by thinking of all the things that I should be doing instead. So right now, where are we? Hectic and erratic me time that self-inserts into my day and spills over into healthy sleep time. And the end goal is happy and confident with my external and internal balance. That's how I described it. Basically, being happy with dedicated time for all the things that I want to do. And these are things like art, scrapbooking, memory keeping, what else? Playing video games, watching videos, watching movies, basic kind of like self-care stuff. So the steps that I've identified is going to be identifying time when I can focus on me, identifying all the things that I would like to do and putting a list on a pegboard to remind myself, because I do forget all the things that I like doing. So that's really the big one. I want to know what I want to do and specifically schedule time to do it. And then do it in that scheduled time. That's going to be a hard one. So yeah, keep track of how I feel. And do I need me time to add when I need to unwind to prevent burnout during stressful moments? That's the big one. Yeah, this is the one. Stick to me time and make it a habit and ritual. So the mini goal right now for this quarter is going to be identify my interests, make time for me in daily plans. Right now, my me time's sort of being stuck at the end of the day, and it's not very good because it's really eating into my sleep time. So the goal is to go to sleep at 11 each day so that I have a good night's sleep and I wake up reasonably early so that I am alert and able to have fun with my kid, to take care of her and also do all the stuff. But because I need time to unwind and I haven't really been scheduling proper time to care for myself, it's been going down into sleeping at 12, sleeping at 1, sleeping at 2, and then I still have to wake up at 8 every single morning because that's when my kid wakes up. So that's going to be a good one, the identifying time when I can focus on me. See, goal number 6. Got my yearly goal, friends, the companion to goal number 1. Same thing, the resources that I need is time and money, and the goals are big picture and word of the year. Right now, we're in the space that I'm erratically contacting my friends. So we have times that we speak to each other with friends, but it's sort of on and off. So that's my in real life friends. Then I have my online friends, and those are sort of like, if they come up on my Facebook feed, I'll talk to them, and if they don't for a while, I forget they exist, which is not a good thing, but with everything that's happening in the world, it's understandable, but it's a goal to work on that. So the end of this goal is regular contact with friends and closer relationships with my inner circle. So the goals are basically the same as with families, know people's birthdays and their addresses so I can at least do that minimum of sending them birthday and holiday cards, to make more time to chat with them, plan things for like events like barbecues and dinners and whatnot for post-COVID times. But yeah, it's the basics things. And also importantly, to have an actual list of all my friends and all the people that I do want to be reaching out to on a regular basis, because same as with family, a lot of things I just forget. If it's not in front of my eyes, I forget. So the mini goal right now going to be for this quarter is starting simple, record all of their birthdays and addresses, and make sure that I have cards to send out for that like self-determined bare minimum. So I'll show you how I am doing that. That's also going in with family. Goal number 7, my kid. Put more time and thought into her development. I basically explained this one already. Right now, development is sort of going, it's laissez-faire. As she goes along, we're sort of keeping up with it. that's what it's going. And the end of the goal right now, at least well, for the year, is a well-developing 2-year-old. As I mentioned, I'm interested in the Montessori method, so really for this quarter, the goal is to read the Maria Montessori's book, I think it's called the Montessori Method. If anyone is interested in that book, it is available for free on Gutenberg. You just need to either download it or read it in the web browser. And I'll make a mention of goal number 8. I even wrote up here, bonus goal, not a priority, prepping. So it's basic stuff right now. It's preparedness is sort of erratic. And the end goal is perfectly prepared for all eventualities. And yes, I wrote lol on there because lol, that's not actually possible. But hey, I'm looking at the perfect end to this. So that's where we are. So the mini goal for this quarter, if I have time and emotional capacity and energy, is to take stock of what we have. We have a lot of stuff that we've accumulated over the years. We have a bunch of like camping food and camping equipment, and things that like we'll do in a pinch. And I have a bunch of like dried goods and canned goods that I've sort of been buying over the months, just to have in stock in case COVID lockdowns happen again and we're not really allowed outside. Okay, so those were all of my goals for the year, the roadmaps and action plans for how I'm going to be doing them. So let's look through my tending list right now. So I am recording this already into January, so I have been filling up the tending list and looking through it, but I think I'm going to be tweaking some of it. So my January tending list. First things first, I did take it out of the book. It is perforated for anyone interested in this for next year or for this year. You can take these out and hang them on your wall or put them in your planner or just have them on your desk. Very convenient. So I actually made up myself some encouraging words. Becoming a better me starts with a single step. Somewhat trite, but it sounds nice. So my priority for the month was to clean my desk to keep clutter from distracting me. And I've actually finished that one. I have cleaned up my desk to the best of my abilities. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm very much a first available space method of filing kind of person. But so far, it's holding up okay. So my monthly action items for January right now are to finish the Montessori book. Monthly action item 2 is have a comprehensive Pinterest board for the house. I've started mostly looking at living rooms and dining room areas. So this one is best weekly me time schedule. So I haven't done that. Right now I'm still finding out like when I have free time. So the priority one is start YouTube and blog. I have started YouTube. So this is going to be video number 2. The blog should hopefully be live by the end of this weekend. Fingers crossed I'll have time to do that. So the register a name, and for Squarespace, I'm not still sure of that goal. I filled this out in December. I don't know if I'm going to go Squarespace. We'll see. So that's going to actually I'm going to need to schedule actual time to work on the blog and like really just sit down and do it, which is a difficult thing to do. My brain likes to scatter, but it needs to be done. So these ones I've actually already finished. The create a recording setup, I do have a recording setup. Film first trial video, I've actually filmed a full video and posted it. Start learning editing software. And another one that I have actually finished was a simple one, schedule time to work on Powersheets and review Powersheets reviewed January and fill up my February tending list. That will be a video that's going to be coming out actually on the 31st of January. I'm going to be also going through it then because clearly we're still in the beginning of January. So my weekly action items are those sort of overarching goals about like family and friends. So we have a new playlist for each week. I playlist that I used for this week and I basically finished it. I'm going to be creating some more playlists, mixes of, I think, podcasts and music right now. Next one is choose for friends to tend to and do one a week. I have not done that. I simply haven't had the time. Things have sort of been still sort of getting into the flow of things. So we'll see if I'll be able to do the last 3 weeks of January, hopefully. The next one is fill out spending trackers. So that's sort of related to finances, just see how much I'm spending. It's always a good idea to know, and I don't really know. Then work out once a day every week. And a sort of optional, if I manage to get to it, prep, stock lists, go through one list a week. I don't think I'm going to be getting to that. Not this week for sure. We'll see how the weeks go. So my daily actions are really 2 habit trackers for the goals, and then just daily items that I need to be doing that I moved on to here because I had the space. I'm actually going to add one, I believe. Yeah, my daily actions, one that I haven't been able to do at all, in bed by 11. I have not been in bed by 11 any of these days. Working towards it. And then goal number 2 for having better relations with my family is sending them pics of my kid every week because they can't see her right now. So photos and videos are their way to keep up, and they're very excited. So I've actually been pretty good. I need to mark off, I think, yesterday and Wednesday. Daily things that I need to do is walk and take our vitamins. And this little bonus one, if I can do, is record a box a day of what we have in those boxes in the basement. That's not been happening, but I don't worry about it. You'll notice whenever I have any of those like extra prep goals, they're going to be always at the very, very bottom. Maybe even underneath things if the whole list gets filled up otherwise. So that was a look over my goals for the year and my tending list, aka my January action steps. And I'll be making a video at the end of the month to check in on what I have accomplished and to fill out the February tending list. Tune in next week for a video on my stickers that will be done in honor of National Sticker Day, and a look at how I use stickers for functional planning. As always, I've been Kat. This intro will change till I found one I've liked. Hope y'all have a nice day, and I am buzzing away.